I'm not going to do a close-up because you don't need it up close. It worked! It wasn't even that painful. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Timmy and I'm going to be trying something new today. I've been wanting to try this for a while, which is actually why I didn't shave for months. Not the entire reason, because yes, lockdown, I wasn't going anywhere and really couldn't be bothered. I decided, okay, I'm just not going to shave so I can have enough hair to try this with. So I'm going to be trying sugar waxing today. I think it's time for me to shave because it's been too long. It's actually worse than I thought. I just saw it on camera now and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a bit much. But we have more to work with. So let's see if this actually works and if I get it right. So I have tried waxing before, like regular waxing I used to do, and that was like years ago, lots of years ago. I haven't waxed in a long time. What I usually do these days is just like shaving with a shaving stick. I don't really shave that often because I'm not very hairy, so I don't grow hair that fast. So my armpits, I usually just do very quickly when I'm in the shower with a shaving stick. But I thought I'd just try this and see how it goes. So if you'd be interested in seeing this method of waxing, then please keep watching. You don't need it up close. I'm just going to show you, maybe I should, so you know the difference. There.
So you need half a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or 1 full lemon, depending on the size of the lemons you have. I'm squeezing with my hands over a sieve to catch the seeds, but if you have a lemon squeezer, please feel free to use that instead. And 2 tablespoons of water, and that's it guys. That's all you need, just simple ingredients you can find at home. Just throw that all into a pot and put it on the fire over medium heat. So keep stirring until the sugar is completely dissolved. I did use a bit of honey in this first batch, but I decided it wasn't necessary, so I dropped it in the next few batches. As you'll see, I did this a few times before I actually got it right. So keep watching if you'd like to see how it can go wrong and then how it eventually goes right. So after about 4 minutes, it starts to bubble and you just want to keep mixing because you definitely do not want this to burn. Sugar burns very easily, so you have to keep an eye on it. Make sure you keep mixing and it will start getting thicker. But thicker as in less like water and more like a syrup. You're never going to get it thick like the final product you're going to use, so don't expect that now. It's going to get thicker as it cools when you've taken it off the fire. The best way to know if it's ready is by the change in the color. So you're going to start noticing it's going yellow, which is what you want. You want like a golden yellow. You do not want a brown, because brown means it is burning. So I panicked and I put it back on the fire, and that was the beginning of the end of this batch. I kept stirring and in just about a minute it went from great to bad, and I just couldn't use it at the end of the day. So guys, this is the perfect caramel. If you were going for candy or caramel sauce or something, this is the right direction. But for sugar waxing, this is burnt. It was lovely to look at, and I wish I had just eaten it, which I did eat a bit of it. But yeah, I wish I had known at this point, because I went on to try it. I tried to mold it, which you're supposed to be able to do if it had gone right, but it was way too hot. And I just knew there was something wrong. It really shouldn't have been this hot to handle at this stage. If it was right, I should have been able to pick it up and mold it. So at this point, it was already getting too hard, and it was just wrong. At some point, I was actually able to handle it, but it just kept getting too hard way too fast. It was stretching and it looked really nice, but it just was too difficult to work with. I knew something was wrong. So at this point, I decided to try it, even though deep down inside I knew it wouldn't work. It was already too hard and I just knew it didn't feel right. I'm not sure if this batch went wrong because I pulled it too much or it was burnt, or maybe a combination of the two. I don't know, but it just wasn't right. And at this point, obviously I knew, because here I am making a sculpture, because what else do you do with pretty sugar? So the next day I decided to try again. I did a bit more research and I found that you could actually do it in the microwave. So I thought I'd try that and see how it works as an alternative. I put it in for 30 seconds at a time, and I did that several times, and I think that must have contributed to this batch also failing. I'm sorry to say, this also failed. So I think what I should have done was put it in for about 2 minutes or so at first, and then put it in for 30 seconds or so later if I needed to. But I kept bringing it out, mixing it, checking it every 30 seconds, and I would leave it out to cool and then quickly put it back, and I was just messing with it too much. So I think that's why I failed this time around. It actually looked fine at first and I thought it was going to be fine, but then it started looking like this. Very grainy and just not right, obviously. Eventually ended up looking like this, like candy rocks really. So that was a complete fail. So this is the day I finally get it right. It's I used the same exact method I used the first time around. I put the same ingredients, half a cup of sugar, water and lemon, and I put it over medium heat and just kept stirring. Please hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to my channel, and give me a thumbs up if you've watched the video to this point and you enjoy what you've seen so far. Something else I learned you could do to check if it's ready is to put a few drops in really cold water. So that's what I did here. And what you should have is it's solidifying it shouldn't be really hard. It should be like a jelly kind of texture, and that's when you know it's ready. So it should look something like this, and you should still be able to play around with it, mold it, and it shouldn't get hard, and it also shouldn't dissolve in the water, and that's how you know it's ready. So look at the color and do the cold water test as well. So I transferred it into a mug, and this is how it looked. As it cools, it gets thicker and it also gets darker. So even though it looks yellowish to start with, it does turn out looking kind of brownish, which is fine as long as it's not brown while it's on the heat. Yeah, this is what it looks like, and I'm going to leave it to cool for some time. I think I left it to cool about 5 minutes first, and then I came back to check it, and it was still really hot, too hot to use, and it was still too runny. So I left it a little while longer. So there are two methods of sugar waxing. In the first batch I did, I tried the thick method where you're supposed to be able to mold it into your skin and then pull it off. But then this time I'm going to try the more liquid version where it's more runny. You can spread it on and then you use wax strips to take it off. You would know when it's ready to use because it would be so thick that it can actually wrap around the wooden stick, and really it should be cool enough for you to put on your skin. It wouldn't be cold, it would still be a bit warm, but just make sure you can tolerate it and it doesn't actually burn your skin. Please do not burn yourself. Remember, sugar is really hot and you can literally burn yourself, so be very sure that it's cool enough to go on your skin before you actually start using it. Also need wooden sticks for applying the wax and wax strips for taking off the wax. I got my wax strips by cutting up an old shirt I have into strips, and it's also reusable, so that's good too. I just thought I'd try it a little bit on my arm. Oh look, I think it's ready actually. Let me just try a bit on my arm. Even though I did get some hair. I know it's not very clear, but it definitely put some powder. To make sure it's dry. So at this point, you want to figure out the direction in which your hair grows and apply the wax in the opposite direction and then pull it off in the direction that your hair would naturally grow. You also want to do it in sections if your hair grows in two different directions, but honestly at this point I just wanted to get it over with, so I just did it all in one go. I think I'm wasting time. Okay. This will hurt. I know it already.
I'm never doing anything else. It worked. It worked. Oh my gosh. And I think I got everything. I'm never doing anything else. It didn't even hurt that much. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Please stop wasting your money on waxing. On everything else. And stop using shaving sticks. Oh my gosh. I'm left-handed. So this is going to be a bit more difficult than the last one. Okay. So it's like really thick. It's not even dropping so easily. I got like the last time. I'm trying to do this quicker because guys, this is the only way. The only way. Fantastic. And it didn't even hurt that much. It really didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. So I'm just pressing it down just to make sure it covers everything and it gets all the hair. And then, yeah, I think we're good. So, gonna go. Fantastic. That is amazing.
So the sugar dries really hard, but all you need to do is soak the strips in some water for a little while and then wash them so they're reusable whenever you need them.
Finally got it right. Finally got it right. So yeah, I'm going to try and save the rest of the wax. So as it gets cooler, it gets thicker, much thicker. But apparently you can warm it up when you're ready to use it again. And I think I might just try my bikini area later tonight or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think look at that. Finally got it right. I'm finally hair free under my arms and I'm so happy about that. It's taken me 3 days to get this right, but I finally gotten it right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and please leave a comment below. Have you ever tried waxing? Have you tried it ever? And have you tried it yourself? Have you tried sugar waxing? And let me know what your experience was. I'd really love to know because I don't know, am I the only one that struggled like this? Did you get it right the first time? Did you struggle a bit? But yeah, I'm glad I finally got it right and I know I'm definitely not doing anything else. So I'm going to try this all over my body.